Hello and welcome to the Tavern Chat podcast. I am your bartender in the OSR, Eric Tenkar. Now, today we have news. If you are a publisher on DTRPG or a consumer of things like zines and short modules, I got some bad news for you. From the email I got this afternoon, and a tip of the hat to Tom Wilson for reaching out to me and letting me know, because I probably wouldn't have noticed this until tomorrow. Saddle Stitch to be discontinued. Dear publishers, our printer Lightning Source has informed us that they will be discontinuing Saddle Stitch printing very soon. The format will no longer be available as of March 1st, 2021. We apologize for this change. We realize it is happening without much notice and have voiced our concern with Lightning Source. They have determined the format is not profitable, however, and they cannot continue to support it. For those publishers who can currently have Saddle Stitch titles, you will need to convert your title to Perfect Bound and, where necessary, add blank pages to reach the minimum allowable size of 18 pages. However, currently our site automatically treats premium color books under 49 pages in length as Saddle Stitch. We are in the process of updating to handle any premium color books of 18 pages or more as Perfect Bound. Once we have made that change in our site code, we will let you know so you can begin uploading your conversions of previously Saddle Stitch titles to Perfect Bound. In the meantime, you might also decide to update your premium color Saddle Stitch titles to Perfect Bound standard color, which can be uploaded now to our site. If your Saddle Stitch title has pages the customer would remove from the book, or has so few pages that adding blank pages to get to the 18-page minimum size for Perfect Bound does not seem an ideal option, you might also consider converting your title to use card tiles, card sheets, or even a mini poster instead of a book. See our publisher database for more information on those formats. Yours, One Bookshelf Publisher Relations. Now, I was talking with Tom Wilson earlier today, and he probably has somewhere in the order of 40 titles he would need to convert. And when you convert, sometimes your layout will change, right? And that it's a bag of shit. Now, I can understand why something might not be profitable. I don't know why the dynamics have changed now. Maybe, again, the world of COVID, which has been affecting a lot of stuff, might have something to do with it. I don't know. But there's a lot of publishers out there that this is going to affect, and there's a lot of consumers out there that this is going to affect. So if you have things on your wish list that are Saddle Stitch on DriveThruRPG, titles that you were thinking about picking up and have put it off, the clock is ticking. You got less than a month and a half. And to tell you the truth, I would put that order in now. Seriously. Because March 1st will be here before you know it. And I'm sure if you ordered on February 28th, it might be like, well, but your order doesn't go in until March 2nd, and therefore you're shit out of luck. Get your orders in now. If you're a publisher, I'm sorry, and you've been relying on Saddle Stitch, and you've been going through drive-through, you're fucked. No easy way about it. At the very least, you've got one hell of a time sink, or you have to hire somebody to do the conversions for you, so it's a money sink. Nobody wins in this one. Nobody wins. Not the publishers, not the consumers, and even drive-through doesn't win in this one. Well, maybe they win in the end. It simplifies the process, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. The other thing that we got going on today, the other piece of news. Now, I shared this over on tenkarstavern.com on the blog side. So if you want to see screenshots and stuff, this is where to go. Somebody, and I'll tell you who it is in a little bit, decided that, wow, that's a nice Indiegogo project for this new comic book. And actually, the comic book looks pretty good. Let me clone it on Kickstarter and hope to get money from it. So, and there's a video out there from, I think, that Umbrella guy or something like that. He goes into it. But I actually did write to Kickstarter. I made a complaint, including content from this blog post. And I tried to make it idiot-proof as to what the issues were. But here's the long story short. Vinny Tartamella, and I don't know these names, so before somebody goes to me, he's so-and-so. I don't read comic books these days, but it's a geek hobby, and I'm sure many of my readers do. Vinny Tartamella is an independent comic book creator that has 5 prior projects under his belt at Indiegogo. His latest, Shadow of the Kraken, is currently funding on Indiegogo. The project launched at least 15 days ago, so around January 3rd, 2021, judging from the oldest comment on the page. Vinny's location comes up as Weston, United States. On January 9th, 2021, Shadow of the Kraken launched on Kickstarter. Now, the Kickstarter account is named Vinny. That's like if I went in and I said, hey, as Eric Tenkar, I'm going to name my Kickstarter account for publishing Tenkar, right? Or I think actually, in my case, it's True Blue Knight. Okay. You can name whatever the hell you want. The guy's naming it Vinny. But the account owner is Sergey Arentsonov. And Sergey is from Almaty, Kazakhstan. So, yeah, there's some things that just don't match up, right? So, on the YouTube video, the YouTuber includes a screenshot of the Kickstarter response that he got, which is one of those, I'm just going to blow you off, automated responses. Hi there, whoever the fuck you are, right? No, they don't care. Thank you for bringing this project to our attention. What project? This project. Then it repeats the then it has this little area, and it goes, it's an unauthorized scam clone copy of this project, and he links to the original project. We've investigated and determined it doesn't violate our rules or community guidelines. If you believe there's an issue that's not covered by our rules or guidelines, please contact us with more details. If you haven't already, you can communicate directly with the project creator. While we won't be taking action on this project at this time, we value your input. What a fucking stroke job. Sorry, folks. Don't mean to offend anybody, but this shit pisses me off. If you're going to have an automated response, at least don't be such a fucking jerk off about it. We rely on reports like yours to ensure the safety and integrity of Kickstarter for everyone. Thanks again for looking out for the Kickstarter community. Best. Kickstarter trust and safety. So yeah, totally automated. Here's the deal, folks. All right. This is a total copy paste. The video is the exact same video, except it takes off the back end where it says, funding on Indiegogo. And text is word for word. Copy and paste until you get to the risks and challenges. Why? Quite simply, risks and challenges doesn't exist on Indiegogo. So, our friend, what was it, Sergey? Sergey, yes, our friend Sergey, apparently enlisted Ken Whitman to write his risks and challenges. Now, I'm going to read this verbatim as best I can, so forgive me. I will do my best to start production of my comics book on time. However, it's life, and I can't guarantee that those who bake for it will receive it on mentioned time. If you will not release the physical copy, I promise to deliver it you under any condition or make a full refund of funds. Thank you, Whitman. Or Sergey, our non-English speaker from Kazakhstan, who had to write this themselves. So if you need some blatant evidence that this wasn't written by, somebody from Western United States, I think that's your. That's there you go. But Kickstarter doesn't give a shit. All right. And why doesn't Kickstarter give a shit? Kickstarter doesn't give a shit for two reasons. Kickstarter doesn't give a shit because it if it funds, it just makes them money, right? And let this guy figure it out later on, but they're gonna take their cut. Let the copyright owner worry about that later. But more importantly, they don't give a shit because they know it's not going to fund. I know it's not going to fund. It has 5 people who've backed it. It's got, I think, 5 days to go. One of those 5 is me. I backed for $1. So I can make a comment in the comments and I could watch this train wreck. So there's your news for today, January 18th, 2021. Folks, there are live streams that we do for this podcast every Wednesday night at youtube.com/Eric Tenkar, ERITENKAR. On Wednesday nights, 8 p.m., myself and Bad Mike. And on Friday nights, this Friday night, it's going to be myself and Joe the Lawyer with Iron Rations. Every other Friday, it is myself, Glenn Hallstrom, joins me. Dungeons, Dragons, and Discourse. Good times all the time. And I'm thinking, and I'd like some feedback on this, I'm thinking about doing a solo live stream one afternoon during the week so people who aren't, across the pond or at home with COVID, isolating, work from home, something that they can deal with live. I couldn't do more than once a week as a solo. But I'd have to, research topics ahead of time. So it takes a little extra work. But I'd like to get some feedback from you all if it would interest you. So, folks, if you want to leave me a message, you can either use the Anchor app if you're using Anchor or call and leave a message at 347-509-5168, 347-509-5168. As I said, we are in the midst of the world of COVID. Use your common sense, folks. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not going to tell you what to do. The vast majority of you are adults, according to my demographics, and you've lived a long enough life to have some common sense, I would hope. Take common sense precautions. Protect yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends, your community. All right? Be safe. Be well. God bless. God bless you all. Roll those dice and roll them well. And knock on wood, I will talk with you all again tomorrow. Later, folks.